Hi, I'm Fyzeh Jehan from Pakistan. Like Dr. Afolabi here, the only reason I first considered a career as a doctor was because my mother told me to be one. Had I known how it feels to be on the receiving end as a newborn is handed over, and as we get to follow the baby's development and growth, I would have studied medicine anyways. And every day, I have the privilege of watching families begin an entirely new chapter in care, knowing that what we do for newborns over the first few hours and weeks will determine the course of their lives. A pediatrician like me knows how it feels when we hold these children. They are counting on us. But it can be tough when challenges come. For some babies, often premature ones, these include challenges in doing simple but critical things like feeding and gaining enough strength to support growth and development. And wow, do they grow if they have the right building blocks. Just now, Dr. Afolabi talked about the importance of a mother's nutrition transferring from her to her baby. Over the past decade, doctors, including like myself, have learned that a key part of this is the microbiome, a teeming universe of bacteria that live inside of our digestive tracts. This is especially important for babies. Before, those of us who were working in the area of child health used to believe that breast milk was the only food for the newborn. But we have since learned that it is also food for the bacteria, the good bacteria that naturally live in the gut of the baby. We've discovered that these bacteria are called bifidobacteria, and they help break down complex sugars that are present in the breast milk into nutrients. Now we know that we can actually support newborns, especially those born early, by supplementing their feeding with probiotics that contain bifidobacteria, like the one in this bottle. These can be given as a powder, mixed with breast milk or in a dropper, and help the baby's gut microbiome begin on the right sequence. This helps the baby grow, but also supports the development of their immune system, because after all, the gut is the largest interface with the external world. What is even more interesting is that these bifidobacteria vary slightly across geographies, but enough for us to contextualize its effects on babies in different parts of the world. There is still much more we need to learn about the microbiome, but what we know now can greatly increase the odds of allowing a baby to survive and grow well beyond the first 30 days of life. Another area, even more pressing in the first few hours of life and days of an infant's life, is their ability to breathe. A baby's lungs are not fully formed until well after term, and so a premature baby does not quite have what it takes to breathe on his own. Antenatal corticosteroids for the mother can cross the womb into the baby's lungs and help them to be ready to breathe air on their own. But often this is not enough. Most premature babies will need some pressure to help their small, elastic fluid lungs stay open. Whenever it is needed, we do this with a simple device called a CPAP. CPAP delivers a gentle stream of warm, humidified air with enough pressure to prevent the baby's airways from collapsing. This helps get the carbon dioxide out and helps the baby from getting too tired from working hard to breathe. With ongoing innovation, the CPAP units are getting simpler to use and less expensive every day, like this one, and the one you see behind me on the screen. Countries are thinking more and more about how these can be provided to infants without them needing to leave the mother's warmth and nurturing embrace. But for some babies, even CPAP is not enough. And that's when a pediatrician calls an expert in the care of newborns, a neonatologist. Rasa.